Today, it's a lovely day today. It's a Sunday, and I kind of want to talk about synchronicity and just how available it is to us, and it's all around us. And if you tap into it, you will realize that it's happening a lot. I noticed this when I was younger, of course, and as I get older, it's become like second nature. I just pick it up. I see it everywhere. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of 1111 symbols, and they're happening at unique times. They're happening at times where I may be confronted with something that is maybe frustrating or irritating, or something that is throwing me off my balance. And then I'll look to the side and I'll see an 1111. And I say, wow, okay. You're taking me back. You're pulling me back to my center. It's an angel number, right? So it's like, it's placing you where you are supposed to be mentally when you get thrown off. And I'm seeing it a lot. I'm seeing it a lot right now. And also, the other day, I had a lovely day with a client. She was moving back home to her parents' basement, and she needed my help, and I was there. I was there for maybe about 5 hours with her, just helping prep the basement apartment back to balance, really, because when I got there, it was in a very it had a very stagnant, heavy energy. It was a beautiful space. It's just that it was heavy. I guess the person that was living there before, they had left it in a lower state, and so we kind of worked together on how and what she wanted, and we did it. Like we got the place back, and I'll just remember her reaction was like, wow. She's like, the energy feels so good now. Like, in just like after 2 hours of working on the space, she already noticed. I noticed it too, but I didn't say anything. And then she said, wow, the energy is so light. It's so much better now and brighter. And then also too, the sun came over onto our side. And so the sun was coming in, and just, you could feel as like a lot of rubbish that was being removed from closets, cupboards, and things were getting cleansed. You could feel it. You could just feel a lightening, and it's just nice. I just love that. I just love that feeling. And but yeah, we spoke about minimalism. She was very, very nice. I loved working with her. And there was one thing too I noticed. I noticed that my hands were feeling a little bit like the skin on like the tops of my hands were a little bit irritated, and I was like, I remember before I left, I went to wash my hands and apply lotion a little bit to them, and I remember commenting to him, I said, oh my goodness, look at my hands, man. Like, I need to do something, you know? Something has to be done, you know? And so when I left, I was walking towards the subway station that I was to take to go home. And as I was walking, I walked through a little, like, I was in an area called Yorkville, and I was walking through a little kind of walkway that had a lot of people that were out for lunch, and they're sitting outside, and it's beautiful right now. The weather is so nice, so there's a lot of people outside sitting and eating, and it was just nice. I just felt really nice walking by, and somebody called to me, and I looked, and it was a girl, and she said to me, come. She's like, I'd like to show you something. And I'm like looking, and she was standing near some soaps, and I saw the soaps, and I love soap. I love natural soap. So I was interested, and I said, okay. Something told me, just stop, see what she has, you know, like, you're not in a rush. So I stopped, and she's like, oh, she's showing me the products, the soaps, and they're beautiful, you know. And then she's like, come inside, I want to show you something else. So I walk in the store, lovely, lovely store, filled with beautiful, beautiful products. And she said to me, she's like, come. She took me to a little sink area, and she's like, I want you to try something. I have a product, a beautiful product, and it's made with Epsom salt and coconut. And I said, what? And she's like, here, put your hands out. And I put my hands out, and she gave me the product, and she told me, rub your hands together, rub it all over your hands. And all I could feel was like like a sandy feeling, and rubbing on my skin like exfoliant. And I thought, oh, and for a split second, I was like, wow, like, why is this happening? Because my hands were not in a good state. Like, they weren't feeling well, you know. And I rubbed the exfoliant, and she was telling me about the coconut and the magnesium, and I was like, oh wow, it just felt so good. And then she poured some nice warm water to rinse it off both of my hands, and then she gave me a cream, and she was explaining to me what was in the cream, and it smelled so good. And I just rubbed my hands. I rubbed it all over and moisturized my hands after I washed it off, and my hands felt so soft. And I thought, wow, like, look at this. This just happened out the blue. I had no idea. All I knew is that my hands, 5 minutes ago, I was like, wow, my hands need help, you know. And then I got out of the blue, I got a lovely hand massage, basically, and moisture applied, and it was just beautiful. And it made me think of how the universe is just things are constantly happening if you're paying attention, if you're in the right state of mind. And when I was walking, I was in such a high, happy state of mind. And sometimes you may be walking down the street and you're not feeling all that great, and somebody says something to you, and you're like, I don't have time for this, you know. But I didn't. And look at the blessing that I got. Like, when I walked away from her, I told her thank you. I said goodbyes and stuff like that. And I was walking to the subway feeling so nice, like my hands rejuvenated. And it's just beautiful. And these types of things happen. I know negative things happen throughout our days sometimes, but every once in a while, something beautiful happens if you're paying attention, you know? And which is why it's important to Set your intention for your day. Create your day. And know that you are being taken care of and you're being looked after. And the beautiful things that you would love to happen can happen and will happen if you're paying attention, you know? And that's all. That's all I wanted to say. It's just pay attention to the little beautiful things that are happening in your world, regardless of all the negative things that go on day to day, because the little nudges and little things happening are there. They're always there. And walk in gratitude, walk in love, and just enjoy and just be. Because I know that there is a beautiful, lovely energy out there that is going to run this planet, if not 100%, close to it again.